I saw that there was like 2 people waiting. That's cool. How's everything look? Lighting look good? How you doing, man? Oh my god, kombucha after brushing my teeth is rough. Who's this other homie hanging out? Oh my god, bro. Hey, Daddy Ilo, what's good, man? Good to see you, bro. So, I want to start out tonight's live stream talking a little bit about the people pleaser mentality. The concept of being a people pleaser and how really when you feel like you're like the reason you feel bad when you stand up for yourself. That's what I want to talk about. You know that feeling where when somebody does something that you disagree with and you voice it and they push back and now you feel like you've created all this conflict, right? Or when you stand up for yourself in a particular situation and you feel like you're being dramatic, you feel like you're being the bad guy, you feel like you're being unfair, you feel bad for them because you're standing up for yourself. What's the deal with that? Why is it that we feel bad for standing up for ourselves? What I've recognized in this, thank you, Charlie. The reason I've felt bad, and I still do, it's something I'm actively working on still, and that's because I've just recently kind of brought this into the light and realized why this dynamic is at play in my life. But the reason I feel bad when I stand up for myself is because I'm so used to living my life through the eyes of other people. Like, I'm so used to living my life based off of other people's perception of my behavior. Where I base how good I'm doing, I base my value, or I used to rather, I don't want to talk in the present tense. I used to base my value off of how other people felt about what I was doing. Whether that was a relationship, or coworkers, or my boss, or my family members, or friends, or whatever it was, I would ping off of them to determine how I was doing. And I have a long track record in my life where the relationships I was in and family dynamics with particular family members, the way it would play out is I would be upset with something they were doing. And so I would voice it naturally because I felt safe in that connection. I would voice, hey, I don't like what you did, or I don't like what's going on, or can we talk about this? And I would get shunned, I would get punished, I would get invalidated, I would get told my feelings are too much, I shouldn't be feeling that, that's nonsense, why am I creating all this drama? Why are you so sensitive? Why do you care so much? And so what I learned is, oh shit, voicing myself and standing up for myself results in conflict. When I share how I feel, I get in trouble. So what I need to do, because I feel really unsafe in this connection right now, so what I need to do is go, okay, yeah, you're right, I'm being overdramatic. I'm sorry for the conflict. You're right, I'm sorry. I'll shut up, I'll stop talking. And what I do is I sort of coddle to them and I alleviate their tension. And the way that I alleviate their tension is by disregarding how I feel. By letting go of the fact that the reason they're feeling tension is because I was just upset with something they did, right? So it was like I was learning, in order for me to be safe, I need to make sure other people are happy. And to make other people happy, I need to let go of how I feel and shape-shift myself into what they want me to be, right? And the reason I would feel bad when I stand up for myself is because it's going against the grain of that energy dynamic. Where when I set a boundary, or when I assert a need that I have, or I draw a line and say I'm not willing to deviate from this, or whatever it is, and they get all upset, especially if they're used to me coddling to them and coddling to their needs and abandoning myself to be there for what they want, they have all this tension. They feel uncomfortable in the face of me holding my boundaries. And rather than folding in the face of that pressure, rather than giving way and going, oh my God, their tension is because I'm being dramatic and I just need to go back to silencing myself and letting go of how I feel and just being there for them and listening to what they want and just do what they want. Rather than that, I hold true in that frame. I hold true in that boundary, right? I say, I understand that you're upset with how I'm feeling, but this is where we're at. This is how I feel. This is what I need. This is what I'm not willing to accept. I hold it, right? And it doesn't feel good. But the version of myself that it doesn't feel good to is the version of myself that's so used to abandoning myself for other people. So I need to lean into that tension. In order to come out of that people pleaser energy, you need to lean into the energy of being bad. Because I promise you, you're not being bad. You want to know what you're actually doing? That you give to everybody else. You're so used to looking to others and looking after other people. If you need to let go of what you want or sacrifice what you wanted to do in a situation or not share how you feel, that's fine as long as they're okay, because when they're okay, I'm okay. Right? That's what you're used to doing. You're used to feeling good vicariously through other people feeling good. But if you want to cut this people pleaser dynamic, which just results in you getting used and manipulated and walked on and taken advantage of and all this kind of stuff. Joanne, what's good, bro? If you want to get rid of that people pleaser energy dynamic, you have to lean into the energy of being the bad guy. Because you're not being the bad guy. That's an illusion. It's a delusion coming from that energy dynamic of being a people pleaser. Being a bad guy, what that looks like to the people pleaser is standing up for yourself. Giving yourself the same respect that you give to other people. Prioritizing yourself in the same way you prioritize other people. Now let me ask you, is that being a bad guy? Are you being a bad person by standing up for yourself and holding true to your boundaries and your desires and what you want and what you know you deserve, rather than caving in the pressure of somebody else being all bitchy and uncomfortable with the fact that you're standing up for yourself? Are you being a bad person, or are you just advocating for yourself? Right? All you're doing is advocating for yourself. All you're doing is standing up for yourself. And you're going to feel like you're being the bad guy, but you're not. You're not being a bad guy by standing up for yourself. That's an illusion. That's coming from that version of yourself that's so used to being there for everybody else. You know, I had this sort of epiphany and realizing, like, when you think of compassion, you usually, like, what do you think of? You usually think of something that goes out to other people. You're compassionate to other people. But what I realized is that compassion isn't something that, like, starts at the edge of my skin and goes out to other people. Compassion is a state of being in which I'm included in equal proportion. Compassion is a state of being. It's not something I do to other people. Compassion is a state of being in which I am included. You being compassionate also means you being compassionate to you. You're not solely compassionate to others. You're also compassionate to yourself. And sometimes being compassionate to yourself means saying no to people. Holding a boundary. Saying, I don't agree with that. Saying, you're full of shit. Saying, I'm not going to do that. Saying, we're done. Sometimes compassion looks like saying goodbye. And that's what we don't understand when we're so caught up in this, like, people pleaser thing. Because our main intent is to please people, to keep everybody happy, right? We'll keep people happy at the expense of our own well-being and then call it compassion. That's like spiritual bypassing 101. What did you say up above? Sound like your side of that relationship had different rules than theirs. Almost, what does that say? Almost maybe two different relationships being misunderstood at once. Yeah, right. I'm so happy to see you live. What's up, man? Do you usually watch my my long form videos or something? I don't recognize the name. How's everybody doing, by the way? Does that resonate, what I was just talking about? The people pleaser energy? Oh my god, what's up, bro? Sonia, how you doing, man? It looks like YouTube changed the moderator thing. You got like a literal whole ass badge. You're like a sheriff now. How have you been, man? How was your Ahiniko? I don't know how to say it. How was that? Whatever that was. I have more kombucha that I'm going to listen to. Cubing Craft says, hi, what's up, bro? Welcome to the live stream. My name is Devin. Fresh Baked Tots has arrived. What's good, man? How you doing, bro? Fresh Baked Tots. How would you feel on a live stream like this? Feeling a bit better today, and damn right, I was born to be sheriff. Ashniko. Did I say that right? I don't know if I said Ashniko. Dude, oh my god, today's my birthday, by the way, guys. I'm 25. I'm closer to 30 years old now than I am 20. That's crazy. I was born to be sheriff. Ashnika was divine. I didn't get to propose to her yet. It's okay. It's okay. That's so funny. I thought she was like a K-pop artist, but she's just this like white girl from Georgia. You gotta admit, like I didn't look long enough at the name itself, but she looks like she could be a K-pop artist. Am I right? Happy birthday. Thank you, guys. Happy birthday. Let's go. I like your shirt. Thank you. Thank you, Taylor. You are so cool. That's what I live for, man. I live for people telling me that. Birthday. No, birthday is fine, dude. GG's. I've caught a few lives, but that was months ago. Now I just watch your videos, been digging your recent ones. Hell yeah, man. Thank you so much, man. I'm glad they resonate. If you guys haven't noticed, I post a video every 4 days. I have a four-day cadence. So one will be coming out tomorrow. I'll give you a little hint. It's literally about why you feel bad when you stand up for yourself. I think the title will be why you feel bad when you choose yourself. You guys are getting the first sneak peek. And it's a good one. It's exactly what if you were here earlier, it's exactly what I was talking about. About why you feel bad. Like you're being a bad guy when you choose yourself and when you're there for yourself and stand up for yourself and advocate for yourself. Bro, I'm confused. Pisces or Aquarius? I'm literally on the line, dude. It literally depends on who you ask. But I view myself as a Pisces for sure. Your smile is gorgeous. Thank you so much, Jess. Scorpio. Wait. I know Sonia is a Scorpio. So you are from Maine? Yeah. Yeah? How do you know that? How do you know that? I'm just kidding. Is there something Maine here? Do I just look like somebody from Maine or something? Fresh Big Touch. Are you a Scorpio? Is that what you're saying? I am subscribing now. Hell yeah. Thank you so much, man. I hope you enjoy the content. Oh my god, that's right. I'm in my couch that feels like a wet shoe or sounds like a wet shoe. Like squishy water. Yee. How's that make you feel, Rob? How does it feel being a Scorpio, bro? According to my mom, you are very reserved, hard to crack open, not willing to be vulnerable, not willing to open. It's really hard to get to know you. You're really guarded. You got that. Your stinger up. How do you feel about that? My mom's appraisal of you. Yo, in a pinch, what's good, dude? I saw you just texting me on Discord, man. Sonia, oh my god, thank you so much, bro. GG's to Sonia, thank you, dude. I appreciate you. Oh god, I was just reading that comment as you deleted it, Sonia. Yo, for real, thank you so much for that donation. That really does go a long way. It's beautiful. What? I'm scrolling lives and I saw the Jarko shirt. I'm over in Bethel and we have one in town. Dude, that's so dope. I'm the hash maker at Jarko. So if you try any of the traditional hash, dude, what a small world. You're straight up in Bethel. Yeah, I work in Lewiston, bro. If you try any of the hash, the traditional hash or the rosin, I'm the dude that made the hash, bro. I love it. I get to go to work and just fucking make hash, bro. That's my job. Yeah, I was texting you, realized, hey, I bet it's live right now. Yeah, you bet right, bro. Every Thursday. Have you guys noticed, how many of you guys have noticed how I schedule the lives now? Make hash. Hash man, yeah, straight up, dude. Oh, somebody asked about my beads. Who said that? Sandalwood beads? Yeah. Yeah, these are sandalwood, these are rudraksha. Rudrak. Hash making is the main reason I grow. Yeah, man, it's the essence of the plant, for sure. What did you do for your day of birth? Guess what I did, Sonia? I worked. I went and I did a 10-hour fucking shift, bro. Count Chocula. I don't get it. THCA. What about it? What about THCA? Hey, Sonia. We got Discord homies crossing over right now. I love it. I have a Discord, by the way, guys. If you go to the YouTube channel, you'll see a link at the top that says Join the Inner Shift Society. And then you go... Crystalline, yeah. What do you mean? Talking about THCA? What about it? Join the Discord. It's dope. I love it, dude. It's not always super active, but what I love is that it's like a huge group chat, you know? Did you fix that link? Yes. I worked on that actually last week. I realized that I had a link that expires every 30 days. So every month the link would be invalid and not work. I set that link to never expire. So it's the same link. It's the one connected to my YouTube channel. So yeah, actually if somebody pins it, can somebody pin it in the comments? Or comment it and I'll pin it? I will wander by there. Wait, are you not in it, dude? Oh my god, you're just responding, Rob. 1 second. Yeah, I used to run a closed loop system in a lab for years with Nick Palmisano. Oh my god, no shit, dude. Who ran the Jarko lab for a little bit. Yep, he is no longer at Jar. Dude, that's crazy. What a small world. I met him. How are you just scrolling through lives, bro, and just so happen to come across somebody who worked with somebody you know? That's far out. You should... Dude, yeah, you should fucking come by, man. Really cool mix of people on the Discord. It really is. Sergio, I remember you, man. I feel like such a small world. It really is, bro. Dude, I made a YouTube video of like what I do for work a couple years ago, and it's showing me like making hash at Jarko, and it's so outdated, and like I hope they don't show it anymore. But they used to display it on the screen at the Newry store, I think it was. I'll hop in the Discord. Yeah, Rob, you should, man. Once again, I'm surprised you're not even in there either. I got some crazy seeds this year. Some stuff I've never heard of. What do you got? Like being an eagle. You try to connect, but men cannot see your view from the sky. Ooh. The Mayan cycle for my life is storm, deer, eagle with a light trachana. I would ask others how they experience me. I have a broken thumb. Oh, shit. That's a beautiful take, man. Yeah, Nuri is my local store. That's so cool, bro. You next time you go by, you should tell them you saw the hash maker on a wild live stream on YouTube. Terrell Scott said, "Hi, what's up, homie? How you doing?" Roller disco? No, Discord. Oh shit. I was also in the Chemdog family for years and was Northeast Lear magazine bud tender of the month. No shit. That's cool, bro. Oh, that's lame. Online Karen. That's a dog water one, dude. You gotta try harder than that, bro. Do you wake up, then smoke weed, or smoke weed, then wake up? Dude, I love it. Online Karen, you're like waiting around for me to say it. Newry is a county in Ireland. Is it? No shit. There a way to keep audio on YouTube app closed? What do you mean? You look like a high school bully that found out you were just angry your parents wouldn't let you transition. Why would that be something I have to find out that I'm mad about? Like I'm being a dickhead and then I'm like, oh, the reason I'm being a dick is because I'm mad that my parents wouldn't let me transition. Don't you think that would be obvious? Don't you think my parents saying, no, you can't transition, I would immediately correlate my anger with that itself? That wouldn't be a nebulous thing at all. I'd realize that immediately, bro. Because you high now and the weed thought you set you free. Fresh Baked, use the Brave browser and YouTube. Blood Moon, Purple Rim. Purple Rim, that's a risky name. Comet Candy and Twilight Princess. I'm also growing my usual blue haze and I'm doing some blue cheese. Let's go, dude. Let's go. You ever heard of the strain Super Boof? Sonia, what? What's the problem, bro? What's going on? What's wrong? I don't sense anything wrong. Ain't nothing wrong here, bro. Hey, Daddy Ilo, just join the Discord. Let's go. Let's get some other people in the Discord, man. Is that a jar of weed? This? The thing that I just drank from? No. Hi, I am in this guy's basement. He's not lying. You gotta keep quiet down there. Granddaddy Purple, one of the best I've ever had. The boofs are really popular in Illinois. I'm not a fan. It's a wild smell. And it makes it's a crazy hasher. 'Tis interesting combo today. Yeah, it usually is in the beginning, in the first quarter. Just got a quarter of Super Boof from the flowery in Florida today. No shit. Wait, I thought weed wasn't even like legal in Florida. Super Boof is fire, dude. I don't smoke anymore, but I have a nose, and I can smell that shit's fire. Kath Austin said, hi, what's up, homie? Welcome to the live stream, man. In the beginning, there was Devon. And Devon was God. Oh, shit, Rob. What are we going to do now, dude? Uh-oh. Comet Candy and Blood Moon will be good little hash plants. You don't smoke anymore? Nope. I stopped smoking cannabis in the summer of 2021. I'm a dispo worker in Florida. As long as you got a card. Okay, so it's medically legal. Yeah, I stopped smoking weed in 2021. I remember I took like a 3-day break. You look like a hardcore stoner. I used to be. Like, to be completely fair, I was from like 12 years old to like 22 years old. And then I took a 3-day break. Like, I literally smoked like every day as much as possible. I used to fucking ask people for their lunch money, like change. And I'd build up $10 in coins and I'd go and buy a gram of weed with quarters and shit. I would do everything I could to get weed and I would smoke it. And then I started like growing my own and I was just a stoner, you know? And yeah, and then in the summer of 2021, I took a 3-day break. I went somewhere where it wasn't recreationally legal. So I was like, whatever, I won't smoke, you know? It's not a big deal. I'm not addicted. I can stop whenever I want, you know? And then I come back and I'm like so hyped. I get home and it's like 1 a.m. I'm fucking tired, but I'm like so ready for a bong rip. It's been 3 days. I load up my bong, bro. And usually the way it used to be was when I would smoke weed, I would go from not high to normal, right? This time, it was like I was going from not high to like fucked up. So I took the hit and I didn't feel that normal feeling at first. It was like I slowly started to drift into this like fucking psychedelic mindset. This wildly exalted, and I was like tripping out. Completely tripping out. It was like 1 a.m. I'm watching this video of this guy playing this like streamer playing a game. And like he looks like a fucking alien. And I'm like tripping out, dude. And I had to like do deep breathing for like 30 minutes. I was so baked off my ass that I was like about to flip out. And so I wake up in the morning after that and I'm like, all right, I'm going to take another bong rip. And if I get that high again, I can't smoke the way I used to. I can't smoke like I used to. So I take the bong rip and I go out on a walk in the woods, and sure as shit, I get that high again. And I'm like, something was different. I don't know what it was. I just had a 3-day little break, and all of a sudden, the way that I experienced THC was completely different. And I had to stop because it wasn't sustainable. It wasn't even enjoyable anymore. And like now I'm at a point where like I'll use cannabis very occasionally in a very low dose too, just a tiny little bit. Jesus is king. Let's go. And the experience that I have from weed is so strong. Just a casual walk in the woods whilst tripping balls. Yeah, straight up. That's what it was like. I felt like jelly, dude. I felt like I was floating, like my legs were just getting me places, and I wasn't even having to do anything about it. Tater tots, mama, dude. We got fresh baked tots and tater tots in the chat. Let's go. In the beginning, there was Devin. His hash was truly heaven. He befriended Kevin at age 7. Was blasted as long as it lasted, but at 22, he became sober too. Let's go, dude. Are you high? Are you on an edible, Rob? What are you doing? Never trust a fart. Charlie, what are you talking about? I trust my farts, dude. I'm willing to trust my farts. It's resulted in some shitty times before, but I'm willing generally. Mana eva manusyanam karanam banda mokshayoyo. Shayaho. Let's talk about that. Tell me what it is, and I'd love to talk about it. I hate smoking weed now. I can't even do it. Clip what, Sonya? Are you out to get me, bro? Are you creating a shit smear campaign? The human mind alone determines freedom or imprisonment. Basically, if you believe you're free, you're free. If you believe you're bound, you're bound. All right, so here's a really far out. This is a perfect opportunity to talk about this. I think it was the Russian philosopher Uspensky who said, if you want to get free, you have to realize you're bound. You can't escape. If you think you're free, you need to admit that you're in prison. How does he say it? It's something to the effect of, in order to become free, you have to admit you're in prison. If you're in prison and you think you're free, no escape is possible. So that's kind of, in a way, a little bit contradictory of what you're saying, in that in order to become free, you need to realize that you're bound. If you think you're free in your prison cell, you aren't free, right? I mean, assuming you become okay, all comfy and cozy in your prison cell. But in order to become free, you have to realize there's something you were freeing yourself from, right? So, like, to go into your comment here, what do you think is being defined as freedom? You know? Do you study Zoroastrianism? No, I've heard of it though. You got you, dude. Charlie, what are you talking about? I feel like you're a crackhead, bro. Bro, I'm so high. Everything you just said sounds so profound. Maybe it is, bro. Y'all so young. Today's weed is so mild, not anything like... Wait. Today's weed is so mild and not anything like today's... What? Do not do man-made drugs. You want to know what's really interesting is if you want to get trippy and far out and talk about man-made drugs, dude, there is no such thing as a man-made drug. Yes, there is such thing as humans in a lab creating stuff, but aren't we? Are we not just an extension of nature, right? Are our minds not just an extension of nature itself? You see what I'm saying? Man-made drugs. Man is nature. Nature is earth. It's all natural. Yeah, what man-made shit doesn't grow on plants, but man-made doesn't imply not from nature, right? Isn't that interesting? That makes sense on a really far out level, but I understand if you don't want to like live on that level, you know? In a pinch, that's so funny. My wife distracted me and I missed most of your response. I'm sure it was full of thoughtfulness and love, though. That's so funny. No, I was basically saying there's a quote that says, in order to become free, you have to admit that you're bound. If you're in a prison cell, but you think you're free, no escape is possible. Think about it. Cocaine comes from the coca plant. Yep. Yep. Not naturally, though, is the idea. Man-made in a lab. Man is not separate from nature. Humans are not separate from nature. Do you watch a lot of 80s movies? No, I don't. Why? My man looks like the brother from Hannah Montana. That's funny, dude. I love how you just remember who that is. Never tried hard drugs ever. That's good, Charlie. Ah, wise. Both are true. Hey, Charlie, thank you so much, bro. In different ways, but ultimately say the same thing. It's a matter of the mind. We decide ourselves. I agree. If you think you're in prison, you will be. Whereas if you think you're free, you will be. For sure. Do you watch a lot of movies? I don't watch a lot of movies at all. I don't have any sort of streaming service. I literally just watch YouTube stuff. And and with that, like, I don't even watch like documentaries and shit. Like, I really don't like consume a lot of media like that. Like, I'll watch videos sometimes. I'll watch movies sometimes, but generally I use it as like a pastime. It's like in between, like I'm cleaning or I'm working or something, and I'll have a video on that I'm listening to, you know? But otherwise I don't really like sit down and watch YouTube videos. It's funny to say that as a YouTuber who hopes that you do that with my videos. I'm just a fucking hypocrite. The sun smells too loud right now. Is a free mind clearer or more burdened? I would say clearer. A free mind. What do you mean by a free mind? Are you here in the States? Yes, I am. Do you listen to a lot of 60s rock? No, not really. I listen to a lot of electronic music. I listen to a whole bunch of shit. I should share the playlist that I listen to on my Discord. Or just on my YouTube channel. That'd be cool. Is it okay to try drugs just to see what they can do, or is it best to leave them out of the equation? I'd leave them out of the equation altogether. If you're trying a drug just to see what it does, I don't think that's a good enough incentive to use drugs. You listen to gay music, uttered Radenolfi 4258. No, you. No, do not try drugs just because you're curious what they would do. That's not a sound motive and intention in using something as powerful as a drug. Free mind like there is no such more to openly think about unburdened. I'm trying to make sense of that. Free mind like there is no... Oh! Free mind like there is so much more to openly think about unburdened. And do I think that's more burdened than a bound mind? Hello, sir. What is your opinions on the Jews? I don't have one, believe it or not. Do you think weed is strange now since it's been legalized? Doesn't seem the same as it was 15 years ago. I don't know if it doesn't have to... I don't think it has to do with the fact that it was legalized. I think it has to do with the fact that we've cultivated it to such an intense degree where it's literally like fucking 3 times as potent as it used to be. We used to have weed that was like 12% THC. If that. 8 to 12%. Now that shit comes in average at like 18 to 20. We even got weed up at like 30% now. That's strong, man. Cheeseburgers are addictive.